Huge opportunity here for Lakey Peterson to get ahead of Stephanie Gilmore, create some distance there. We know Tatiana Weston-Webb's breathing down her neck as well. She's got a good size set wave here. She's up against Johanne Defay in this second quarterfinal heat. Has been surfing so well through this event, dropping some of the biggest numbers and goes all out on the attack there. But unfortunately for her, goes down and she's lost her board. So I'm not sure if a leg rope came undone there or it snapped. It was a thick section where she fell. Not a great way to start a heat though, Rosie. There's Johanne Defay on the outside. Just a 3.67 for Lakey Peterson on that first wave. And Johanne's going to try and get the jump on this first exchange here. Just cruising through the inside at the moment. Always so committed when she gets to the end section. And absolutely blitzes that one off the top.
Isn't much separating the ladies on the leaderboard, so for her to come into a win, that just ensures her place on the championship tour. Loving the timing that she's displaying on these walls. Both Lakey and Johanne have been some of my favorites to watch out here. You can tell that she's just looking for this wave to stand up. And that is just throwing a lot of spray. And she is not going to hold back when it comes to that inside section. And that is so important today.
Where other surfers are completely fixated on what's happening way down the line, getting worried about the wave stretching out and getting away from them, she's looking back down into the bowl and getting her approach up into the pocket to let some of those bigger turns go. She's taking off again here at the moment. Nice big hook off the top there. Just watch the shift in her eyes, really staring back into the bowl. Again, gets down to the bottom of the wave, straight up into the hook, drawing that turn out and finding some release in the tail. Now looking to set up the barrel on the inside. She packs it, locked in deep.
Able to do a few turns, looks smooth and compact throughout. And then Johanne Defay, beautiful stretched out wall, attacks that first section. The southwest wind gets hold of that spray and displaces it everywhere. Just mellowing out the tempo here, waiting for this wave to stand up for her. Beautiful stretched out wall. She makes that decision to lock into this barrel. Tries to drive through, but that wave just runs away.
While on the outside, Lakey Peterson's up. Back out to the lineup. And still attacking every section that stands up in front of her. Having to keep a bit of a down the line flow to maintain some speed to stay in front of this one. She's going to kick out before the closeout. 27 minutes to go, still lots of time. A great battle unfolding here in the quarterfinals.
Lakey, like you said, just keeping that down the line flow. A lot of froth on this wave throughout, but Lakey, she has that board firmly set on the rail and digs in. So surfing with a lot of speed and able to maintain that high line throughout this ride. Even drops down to the bottom there, just trying to find the perfect section as she goes up into the lip. Winds it around again. So throughout that wave, it had its challenges.
It makes sense that she would definitely be one of the favourites here, winning at Cloudbreak, really treacherous end section there, but also in Uluwatu, the last stop, she broke through for a victory there as well. And she's up again, so still waiting on numbers from that last exchange. Lakey Peterson about to drop a pretty decent score, but Johanne on the inside now continues to find these really steep sections.
Approach this wave, I find Johanne just so pleasing to watch. You mentioned it, she just takes every section and works with what is offered and then thinks about that next turn. So she's never overthinking anything. It's kind of happening naturally for her. And it feels so good when you just dig in and you get to that little bit of release.
Bianca in the top half of the draw. And probably just Tatiana Weston-Webb on the bottom half of the draw are just out there feeling this wave at the moment, whereas some of the other competitors seem to be overthinking it just a little. Lakey again up, a couple of bumps to deal with. No dramas, she just looks relaxed and well paced through these transitional turns. Now eyes off something down the line, sees it's going to close out and gets out of there. But it does feel like these two surfers have just been a little bit more in sync with Jeffries from the opening day of competition.
Lakey, you can see a lot of wobble up the face of this wave and it almost splits it throughout. So she had to contend with kind of that lump going sideways with the wall. So really not giving her the opportunity she would have wanted. You see her just kick out. A little bit disenchanted with that wave. 7-3 for Lakey. Just shows that there is that room for improvement, and this could be the wave that gives her that opportunity.
Has to get going. Lakey Peterson using a priority for this one. Is going to get caught behind.
She's going to be pretty livid that she went on that wave.
Great heat unfolding here, Rosie. A really close one. Just the 6.3 needed for Lakey Peterson to get herself up into the lead as the Dolphins put on a show for us. Well, watch this. They're going to surf the wave with Lakey Peterson. Lakey drops in without priority, gets an opportunity. What incredible vision as she draws off the bottom into this first section. Massive hack. And the Dolphins are out of there for fear of being cut up. Lakey again driving through a nice big arc. Hammers the lip to finish this one off. That's going to feel good. It was a 6.3 required. Not being distracted by the wildlife. Finishing that wave off well. And a fair chance she'll be moving into the lead here.
So Lakey, like you said, without priority, takes off on this wave. Beautiful stretched out wall in front of her. Takes a bit of time contemplating that first turn, then drops to the bottom. Just digs right in. I love the way that she bottom turns around that white water. It just gives her that opportunity to meet that lip and then again makes that connection. So, like you said, searching for that score. I think she's going to get it, but beautiful vision of her surfing with the Dolphins. Love the foot positioning and just that bottom turn that she just lays into. A lot of core strength coming into Lakey's surfing. And again, just keeping her center of gravity over that stringer of the surfboard, just ensuring that she stays on her feet throughout the maneuvers.
Johanne Defay passed that wave up. And Lakey Peterson's going to make her pay for it. An 8.83 Defay now. Needs to perform on this one. Gets up into the pocket. Driving down the line. This wave's going to go to sleep for a moment, but could come to life again on the inside. Johanne in two minds on that section. Drives up and opts out.
Oh, would have loved to have seen her just belt that section. Needs a 9.03, so Lakey has put her in a pretty precarious situation.
Lakey on that occasion, taking on a smaller wave, just knew she had to attack it. She did it, got herself the big number, and then the pressure was on for Johanne here. She needs a 9.03 on this wave. Yeah,
and this wave, it had some opportunity. There was a little bit of interrupted water through the face there. You can see that bit of lump, but there was just... This wave was begging to just have that extra hit in it. And Johanne, like you said, in two minds with maneuver choice there. Because she could have potentially got the number. I mean, you belt that section. The judges just love it.
Well, Lakey not looking like she's going to let up here. Looking to drop a 6.73 to increase her lead. Nice carve to get started. Doesn't drop all the way down to the bowl. Wants to use that roller coaster ride to get back out in front. Loads up the speed again. Out onto the open face. Up through the roof. Surfing with a lot of speed. Maybe didn't tee off on that section the way she would have liked, but got to respect the way she's going into those major turns. Just full throttle.
Look at the size of this wave too. Taking her time, wiping the water off her face, digging into that first turn. Just, you can tell how these surfers just kind of lean through it and try and time these sections. Bottom turn and just coasts along that lip, gets that free-falling feeling for a split second, elects to kick out. So probably, I don't know if that's maybe going to better her situation. Waves are just absolutely firing. Best, I would say the best day we've seen in the whole event window, men and women's combined.
I'd have to agree with you. Johanne using a priority on this wave. Needs to really rip in. Needs a 9.03. He's done a good job in transition so far of adding a bit of torque to those turns, but needs this one to line up. But here we go. This is the wave. She had a good look at it, didn't she, Lakey? And it was enough for Johanne. She'd be feeling the sting after the last opportunity that she let go.
Definitely. And you can just tell from the onset of this wave, it didn't have that long wall.
While on the outside, the second wave on the set looking a bit better for Lakey. as she loads up on that rail once again, unleashing, accelerating through the turn, but knows full well that at this stage of the game, the lead priority going into the final stages is going to really pay off. Well, back to live action now. Lakey Peterson. A couple of big swoops off the top to kick this one off. And there's that mix-up. Something she does so well, just stabs through the lip on that frontside jam. And she's going to get out of there, just eyeing off her position in the lineup relative to the keyhole.
It's this long open wall. I'm sure Johanne's paddling over that one, just wishing she had a crack at it. Lakey's just stepping into a whole new level right now. Every heat that she's surfing, she's just kind of stepping on that acceleration, searing through all of her turns. Just such a beautiful flow.
Well, here we go, just over 5 minutes. Johanne looking at this wave as potentially the one to help her back in front. Clean start. It lays down for just a moment. And she really has to hope that it stands up and gives her a couple more opportunities through the inside here. Gets on the tail of a board, loading up. And you can see she just got it wrong off the top there, and as a result, nosedived, trying to ride out of that final manoeuvre. This wave, it has a fantastic pace to it, but she's just missing some of that speed that Lakey was able to generate on those faster reeling walls.
Yeah, and there was a moment of time here where this wave got really mushy through this middle section, and then she kind of had to just sit on that tail, like you said, and wait for it to stand up for her, and then there it just catches that outside rail.
Just a marathon effort. Johanne's been pretty busy as well. 6 rides for her. Lakey can't help herself. She's got to ride another one. I think she saw Johanne down the line there. High line, lots of speed. Will easily find the open section. Digs into a beautiful big drawn out carve. Up into the pocket again. Loading up the barrel. Trying to maintain some speed, find some cover. Just gets lost inside there, doesn't find the exit. 2.5 minutes to go though. And not a bad idea just to start figuring out that inside barrel section, because it could be the key to a victory here at Jeffreys Bay.
Yeah, you can see Lakey figuring it out, trying to unlock those different levels on this wave. So many different opportunities on the waves here at J-Bay. Just flying down the line. Digs in again for that stylish Lakey carve. Like you said, she's just so engaged in every maneuver that she's doing. Likes to kind of slow down, then speeds back up, and then gets clipped on that shoulder. Beautiful aerial vision of her setting up this tube. See her stall and then decide to speed back up. Sits in it there, and then that outside shoulder, you know, the tube at J-Bay is often almond shaped like that. You really have to stay compact.
That's some classic weather, but we don't mind it. We don't mind the cold here at Jeffreys Bay. We will it, because it generally brings those bigger swell lines.
I was unprepared for the warm weather, Ronnie. I just brought all my rugged up gear.
Here we go, Johanne. Making a move. A little further down the line. She's got a nice steep section here. Solid first turn. 15 seconds remaining. This is her last shot at it. Needs a 9.3. Second turn is solid. Really committed on the third as well. Needs to really make this last section count, because Lakey's rides were all a little bit bigger than this. This wave's starting to fade away. Johanne taking a low ride over the double up. She knows that she's going to run out of room to move here. And looking to make her way in. Identifies a little gap to get through here.
Stayed so engaged in what was happening on that wave all the way to the end there. You could tell that she was just giving it her all. Don't think it's going to be that 9.06 she requires.
We'll give you the result in just a moment. We've got another big quarterfinal clash just around the corner. Stephanie Gilmore is hitting the lineup. Stay with it.